All right, it is a glorious early summer day, and we're going to be testing out a bait that I'm really excited about. It's right in here, and I've had this in a package from Tackle Warehouse for quite some time now, and it's the BERKLEY NESSIE. I believe it's been a while since I got this package. I wanted to do a video about it, so I haven't opened it obviously yet. So we're gonna unbox it right now, and I'm very excited about this because these BERKLEY NESSIEs are, well, I guess they're still new. I guess you could say it's still new. I've not thrown one before. It's a soft swim bait, and what I love about it is that the fact is it's got power bait built into it. Okay, and I'm a huge fan of power bait. Golly, I haven't, look at this. Oh, power bait Nessie 5. So it's the 5-inch Nessie. I think that's the size that I got. Yeah, look at that. Hello. Soft glide bait, and that thing is really light. I'm not even sure what this thing weighs, but just right offhand, it's very light. So here in Minnesota, that 5-inch should be perfect for largemouth. I am on a fantastic largemouth lake right now, and looks like I got some hooks in here too, but the Nessie already comes with a treble, you can see on the belly there. And yeah, we're gonna give this a go. So I've got, let's see, I've got, this color is hickory shad. That's a great looking color. And then the other color, let's not throw it in the water, Greg, is a voltage is the name of it. So we're gonna try that out today. I'm gonna tie this up and we're gonna get to it. All right, I am gonna tie this on to, basically, it's my jigs and baits rod. This is the rod that I use a lot for like pitching jigs. It is a 7'1", actually 7'1" medium heavy Mojo bass, and this is 20-pound fluorocarbon I'm using on this. So this should work. You want a medium heavy at least for a swim bait rod, and you know, longer, 7 foot or longer, and this should work out pretty good for this Nessie. God, look at this bait. Just first time looking at this bait, and it is just, I mean, it's light. It's much lighter than I thought it'd be, so it could be a little difficult throwing this thing on this this rod I've got, but we're gonna give it a shot. And I'm liking everything about it. It's jointed. It's got this like paintbrush tail fin, caudal fin, you know. Let's be very specific and nerdy about what kind of fin it is. And look at that. It's got this, like, it almost is like a guitar pick right here, and I guess that just kind of helps the stabilization. That would be on its anal fin, and then right below its pectoral fin is another sort of like guitar pick, but this one's embedded, kind of acting like a fin there, clear. Really cool bait, great looking eyes. It's got a chain. Okay, there's an eye here that hooks to the a chain that hooks to the treble, and this is a great deal here. This is a clip. I'll show you this later, but that's a clip that keeps that treble hook on there. So really cool design. There's one. All right, that did not take very long. Not long at all. Not a big fish, but the first fish on the Nessie. And what I'm noticing right off the bat is that, come on buddy, is that this is a very light bait. Very light bait. I mean, it feels like it might be 1/4 of an ounce, honestly. Very light, but luckily I'm kind of casting with the wind, and the hooks are very sharp too, so that's good. I can't get this. I can't get the hook out of my finger, but yeah. So it's a really light bait. This the 5. But what's cool is, I was talking about this earlier, is that on this treble hook here, is that there's a clip. There's a clip right here that holds that treble, and there's a hook slot that the bend of the hook's going to go in, like so. Okay, so you put the hook in first, like that, fits in there perfectly, and then that clip just right there clips that in, and it holds it there. It holds that treble alongside the belly of the bait there. So really cool, really cool. And what I'm noticing too, so you know, you're gonna have a different action. I'm using 20-pound fluorocarbon with this. Fluorocarbon sinks, so mono floats. You might get a different action with mono. And this is 20-pound test with a little bait, so you might get a little bit different action with lighter line, but 20-pound is good, especially fluorocarbon. There's a lot of cover in this lake. And one thing that's a little bit nerve-wracking when you fish in Minnesota is that there's a lot of northern pike here. So I'm hoping that I'm going to catch more bass today, not as many pike, because I really don't want to lose this bait. There's another largemouth. Looking for some bigger fish here. I know this bait can catch bigger fish. I hope anyway, one would think. Easy. We just gotta find where the lunkers are lurking here. Because these are, I tell you, these hooks are awesome. Awesome hooks on here. Very sharp. Very sharp. All right, buddy. Trying to get you off here. All right. There we go. Another little largemouth. Back you go. One thing that I'm finding with this, as far as the action goes, it really behaves a lot, at least this 5-inch version, behaves a lot like a soft jerk bait. You can't just reel it in. Now with lighter line you might be able to, but this 20-pound test, there's no action to it if you just reel it in. So I think I doubt that even, I mean, I'm not sure, obviously, because I've only fished this bait once, and this is right now. It's the only time I fished it. But you want to fish it more like you got to impart action on it with your rod tip. Just reeling in, at least with heavier line, there's no action. So I'm fishing it, subtly with jerks of the rod tip, a lot like you would with a soft jerk bait, like a fluke, Zoom Super Fluke, something like that. There's one. Finally, a little bit bigger one here. You can't go wrong with cattails. Oh my God, I love cattails. I love fishing cattails. Look at how fat this little dude is. This is the biggest one we've caught so far today. And it is just, just stacked. But yeah, we're still looking for a largemouth bass, but it's all right. I'm happy to be catching largemouth. Cattails like this, Minnesota, cattails, reeds, they are just so darn good. Probably pretty much anywhere you go, but especially in Minnesota. And if you got some depth on them like these do, they can be really good. And so I'm just kind of, on that particular fish, I was just kind of paralleling this bank here with the cattails. And you know, this is early summer. There's some largemouth that are probably still spawning, for sure, I would say, but I think most of them are in a post-spawn mode. So I'm not really concentrating, you know, too shallow. I don't know if that's a mistake or not. There's some anglers over there, some young anglers that are causing quite a ruckus, having a great time. It's summer, so I don't blame them. But they've been fishing pretty shallow, and sounds like they've been catching some better ones. So I'm not limiting myself. I'm still, you know, fishing shallow sometimes, but I'm trying to stay kind of in that, you know, I don't know, 4 to 8 foot depth zone. Not even that, 3 to 8 feet. And if I have to fish, you know, I've lost my trolling motor, which is always good. But I mean, I'm also casting, you know, shallow, just to, I mean, you know, just to make sure. Oh boy. All right. He hit it hard, but man, I do not know where the bigger fish are. I really have no clue, but you know, we'll just keep casting, obviously. I mean, what else can you do? But I'm fishing shallow, I'm fishing deep. So far, just little buck bass. All right, bud. One of the interesting things I'm kind of noticing about this bait is that you fish it a lot like a you know, a soft jerk bait, but you can't work it hard like a soft jerk bait. You can't work this thing like super aggressive. It's just not gonna work. It loses its action, and like I said earlier, it loses its action when it's retrieved just slowly too. So you've got to twitch it, but do subtle twitches, and it, you know, it looks great doing that. And where it shines as opposed to a soft plastic jerk bait is that realism. Really, you know, once you kill it, it's going to look a heck of a lot better than a soft jerk bait would, you know, like a Zoom Super Fluke or something like that. Just the realism of this bait is pretty amazing. But yeah, it's subtle. You know, this is a subtle bait. A lot of that action comes from that joint in the middle right there. I like using it. I'm just surprised, you know, we're in the post spawn here. I'm just surprised that these darn largemouth are not cooperating. There he is. That's a better fish right there. Or he's just fighting real hard. A little bit better, I think. I don't know. There's a lot of fish this size in here. A lot of fish this size. I cannot. We're gonna catch a big one, man. There's big fish in this lake. But I mean, we've just obviously not intercepted one yet. So I really like this area where I'm at right now. It's a big flat. We got lily pads over here. And what's wild is that there is a ton of water flowing out of this lake right now. It's actually, there's current moving me right out of this creek. It's like more like a river over here. And it's not normally like that. We've had a ton of rain here, and it is just flowing out of this lake right here. It's crazy. But I love lily pads. I love reeds. And I feel very confident here that we'll catch a bigger fish. But, you know, it's fishing. There's no guarantees. You just keep casting, man. There's a lesson in life there, okay? Let me attach this back. I love this system. That clip. Boom. And we're just gonna let the current take me a little bit closer to this tree over here. But wow, I can't believe how much water is flowing through up here. I mean, I like catching these guys, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's fun. Sorry about that, buddy. But you're gonna have to grow up. Where is the, okay, what are we dancing up here? Okay, all right, here you go. Oh my goodness, yeah, I like this bank right here, nice and shaded, plenty of depth. We'll give it a whirl. And yeah, this bait is just a, you know, you just twitch it. You can't be aggressive with it. And you know, it's soft, so it can skip, but I wouldn't say it skips well. And that's, I think, primarily because of the fins on it, the stabilizing fins on it. But you know, it is possible to skip it a little bit. There are times when it will skip just fine, but sometimes those fins, let's get that clip back in. Sometimes these fins catch the water wrong and it just doesn't skip. So be aware. There we go. That was cool. That fish came off of a bed, pretty sure. Male. Look at the gut on that fish. I mean, this is, can't be a female. I guess it could be a female. I don't have any clue. I have no idea, but that fish is fat. Not as big as I'd like, but we're still having fun, right? Look at that gut on that fish, Lord. There we go, there's a big fish, finally. Oh yeah, my gosh, I don't even have the net. Oh, oh my Lord, it's a good one, it's a good one. Finally, hello there, Dolly. My gosh, has that been tough. Oh, finally, a decent one, a decent one. Yeah. That's more like it, okay? Right on this edge of these pads right here, and there's coontail. Actually, it's milfoil mixed in. Windy bank. What's the depth here? We're looking at, looks like about 4 feet. Oh, finally, finally, finally. And that is a, I would say, a spawned out female. Okay, let's let you go, sweetheart. It has just been an absolute grind today. Just looking for, you know, a fish of that caliber. There's a lot of fish in here, of that size and bigger, and yet I've just been catching just dinks all day. So I'm thinking, you know, I don't have much time. Unfortunately, I gotta go, either gotta go mow or walk my dogs. I think I'm gonna walk my dog. So I gotta probably about, I don't know, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. But yeah, that is awesome. That's more like it. I've just been seeing a ton of fry. It looks to be bass fry, just tons of fry, clouds, big clouds of fry. So I think the majority, it's you know, it's early summer, the majority of largemouth are done spawning. So I think they're out, you know, deeper now. I'm done with the shallows. Concentrate on, you know, 4-foot zone, you know, something like that, 3.5, 4 feet. This is just a huge flat, you know, through here. So it doesn't even get that deep, maybe 5 feet at the max throughout this whole system here. But the thing that's really interesting about this bait, I've noticed, is that it's buoyant. And with fluorocarbon sinks, and it's kind of neutrally buoyant, but tending to sink a little bit. If you were to use mono floats, this thing would be, you know, neutrally buoyant and probably would rise up a bit. So, yeah, it's a really, really awesome lure. I'm just surprised. It looks so good in the water. I'm just surprised it took that long to catch a good fish like that. There's one. Good one. Now we're talking. I should have been over here all day. This is more like it. Hello. Yes. All right. All right. More respectable. More respectable. Golly. You know, I mean, it's not a giant, but it's bigger than most of the fish I've caught today. Oh my gosh, with the exception of that last fish. Hey there, buddy, and it was a great strike, so I appreciate that very much. I really need to be going, but there's this wonderful dock right here, and I really feel confident that we're going to catch one off it. So I need to hurry up, rig this properly, get a little bit of the algae off, place the net back right here, and just in time, make a cast there. Not perfect, but what in life is perfect? Oh gosh, that should have worked. All right, I'm calling it. I could be out here until the sun goes down, but I gotta walk my dog, so it's time to stop. But this is, I'm really looking forward to fishing this bait more. I lost an eye. Uh-oh. But yeah, it's actually, I lost 2 eyes. 2 eyes are gone. So the eyes likely will be, if you fish it all day like I have, you will lose the eyes. But I can't wait to try this on the Mississippi River for smallmouth. I think it's going to be a great summertime bait. And also I think for like top waters, when you miss one, just casting this back, you know, to them, like as a follow-up bait, I think is going to be really good. So I'm really looking forward to fishing this bait for smallmouth soon on the Mississippi River. Oh my gosh, it's been a grind. This is a fantastic lake. It's just, this is when I make up excuses. This is the time I make up excuses, but I think it's just like, just post-spawn. We're just right in the middle of the worst part of post-spawn. That's why I'm sucking, because it's not the lure. But yeah, it's you got to make up excuses when you fish, right? So thanks for watching the video. You know what every YouTuber says: if you like the video, and please subscribe if you've enjoyed what you've seen here today. So take care, guys, until I see you on the next one.